What's up, guys? It is July 6th. My legs are a little bit sore. I don't feel amazing. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm going for a run today. We're doing about 3 or 4 miles, maybe 5. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, I'm just trying to do it light today. Hopefully run at a 9:30 pace, somewhere in that range. I don't know. I was drinking a little bit for 4th of July 2 days ago. I don't feel the best. Haven't been eating the best. Physique check. Not too bad. Not too bad. Can't complain. But we're gonna get after it today, and then I think I'm gonna go swimming a little bit, just do some laps in my girlfriend's pool, which is about 40 feet long, and I'm just gonna swim in there, track it on the Garmin, and we're just gonna have a good day, man. So basically, the message of today's video is it is better to be consistently good than occasionally great. That is something that Nick Bare says. I believe somebody with the last name Truitt says that. I think Nick Bare usually shouts him out before he says that, but he always says it is better to be consistently good than occasionally great. If you're consistently good, you consistently have results. All right, guys, I just finished up the run, did 3.88 miles in about 35 minutes, so I was right at a 9:07 pace. I don't know what the hell that was, but I did not want to get stung by that thing. All right, yeah, I did good. I felt good. I felt strong. I felt powerful. I was definitely fatigued. Don't get me wrong. Like, my legs were tired for sure, but I felt really good overall, and I'm really happy with how this one went. So yeah, I feel good. It was hard, and my legs were hurting. Oh, I gotta keep the camera. All right, my legs were hurting, but overall I felt pretty good, and I can't be mad or disappointed with how I did. So yeah, I weigh like 192 pounds today. I believe the scale said 192, but I can't remember. I think I was like 192.4 maybe. So yeah, I'm weighing a little bit heavier than where I normally am. I'm normally between like 188 and 191. But I mean, I know that if I can cut some weight, which I will be able to, because what I did over the weekend is not how my life looks on a day-to-day basis. So I might have had a couple bad habits, little debauchery going on, but that's not how my life usually looks. So I know that I'm gonna cut the weight soon, and if I can get to 185 or 186 or 184 maybe, if I can get in between that range, I'm going to run fast, really fast, and I know that for a fact. So I'm not mad with how I did. I know that if I cut like 5 pounds here, I'm gonna be a lot faster. So I'm just gonna put this out there, even though I'm scared to say it, because I don't want to just say things and then not do them. But I will be very happy if I can get to 185 pounds and run 10 miles at an 8:30 pace by the end of August. Which I do think I can do it. Like, I did the Litchfield Hills Road Race, and that was 7.07 miles, or like 7.1 somewhere. It was that distance, and I did that at an 8:50 pace, and that morning I weighed like 187. So I don't know. And that's also not an easy course. Like, it's pretty hilly, and I do believe that I could have ran a little bit faster, but I just I don't know. I was also having fun, and that was my first ever race. But yeah, if I paced myself right, I really do think I could run 8:30 or 10 miles at an 8:30 pace. I know for a fact I can get to 185. I'll probably be 185 in like 2.5 weeks. But not my problem, but the hardest part would be 10 miles at an 8:30 pace. But I would love to do it. I'm gonna strive to do that. And yeah, like today I was good. I did good, and I'm gonna consistently be good. I'm not just gonna occasionally go out there and run 4 miles as fast as I can, 8:20 pace, whatever, and then call it a day. No, I'm gonna consistently do good work. I'm not just gonna occasionally go out and do a great session and then not do it again for 2 weeks. I'm gonna consistently do good every single week, every single day, get better every single day, because it is possible. People don't believe that you can get better every single day. I will tell you right now, it is more than possible to get better every single day. You could not look at the 24 hours that you have and be like, oh yeah, throughout these 24 hours, there's not one thing I can do to get better today. That is just not true. It's a fallacy. You can get better every single day. So you just got to work for it. You got to want it. You got to grind, and you got to own up to your flaws too. You have to really analyze yourself and see what you can improve upon, see what you can do better, and just go and do those things. So one more thing I just want to add on to anybody who wants to run or is getting into running, whatever. This is something that I have been learning, and I've gone through phases of this. So if you go out there, well, running slow and running smooth will help you run fast and far later on. You have to run slow in order to get better. And when I first started, running slow for me was like 11 miles, 12 miles, or 11-minute miles, 12-minute miles. Now, running slow for me is like 10-minute miles, 10-minute, 30-second miles. That's slow to me, right? So my standard of slow is slowly increasing or decreasing, depending on how you want to look at it. But you know what I mean? So my standard of slow is changing and getting better, right? So now my standard of fast is changing and getting better. When I first started running, my standard of fast was like 3 miles, 10-20 pace. Now, if I'm just going to do 3 miles and I'm going to run as hard as I can, I expect myself to do 8:30 or below. And I can do that, and I've done it. And I know that I can. But that's like the standard. So the standard changes. So basically, running slow and smooth is going to help you run fast in the future. And it's going to increase your standards of running. It's going to increase your performance, and you're going to get better. So one person who I really look up to in the space is Luke Hopkins. I absolutely love Luke Hopkins. And he just ran a marathon in Duluth, Minnesota. I think it's like the Granny's Marathon, something like that. But he ran 26.2 miles at, I believe it was a 6:50 pace. It might have even been 6:30, but I know it was in that range. It was somewhere between 6:30 and 6:50 pace for 26.2 miles, right? But Luke posts his runs on Strava, so I'll look at them sometimes, and Luke will go out there and he'll run it's like 4 to 7, 4 to 8 miles a couple times a week, and he'll run them at like an 8:30 pace, right? But this is the same guy who just ran 26.2 miles at a 6-minute something pace. So that 8-minute something pace for Luke is really slow for him. But most of his training consists of running a certain amount of miles at an 8-minute pace. Well, some of his runs are like low 7s, but the majority of them are at least high 7-minute miles to mid 8-minute miles. So that has taught me a lot, because it's made me realize that like I just need to run slow and smooth, and that's going to help me get better at running overall. And then it's going to ultimately help me on the days when I really want to push myself and really want to go fast. Like for example, with Luke, like he's running these 8-minute miles. He's having fun with running. Yeah, he's training. Yeah, he's working hard, but he's having fun with it. He's enjoying it. He's slowly getting better at it. And then when he really wants to push it into that next gear, he goes out there and he runs 26 miles at a 6-minute something pace, right? I just keep saying something because I don't want to be wrong. I know it was either 6:30 or 6:50, but he was in a 6-minute pace, right? But most of his runs are around an 8-minute mile. Sometimes, like I said, you'll see those 7s. Sometimes he'll be running a couple miles at 6-minute pace, but the majority of his runs are slower for him. That's fast for me, but slow for him, right? So you got to run at what is slow for you, and that's how you're going to get better. Wow, I've been yapping for 7 minutes and 22 seconds, but that's all I got, guys. Be consistently good, work hard. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You can get better every single day. Just stay consistent. Be consistently good, not occasionally great. Peace.